Caring for a loved one can bring unexpected emotions, but there's one in particular that can leave you feeling guilty or even ashamed. It's that point when patience and love turn into resentment. Amy, what causes this in relationships?
Well, I think the first thing is not speaking honestly to yourself or to someone else what you're really going through, taking on more than you can really handle, more than you want to handle, not recognizing the signs of resentment. Like, I've seen people like roll their eyes, I've seen them slam the door, I've seen them say, how are you? I'm fine. So if you're really not self-aware, but you're doing those things, you're probably struggling with resentment and not really asking for help or accepting the help when it's extended to you.
Right, or not even realizing you need help. I think it's an emotional failure. I mean, people are more depleted than they realize, so they're fatigued.
I think it's when you start focusing more on what you're doing instead of why you're doing it. Yeah. When you're focused, when you're task focused, tasks are overwhelming. Caregiving is overwhelming. So if you focus on the why you're doing it and who you're doing it for, you can kind of soften some of that. It doesn't take the workload away. But one of the things I hear so frequently, and the term that I hate so much, is I don't want to be a burden, or they're a burden. And, think about children. How many times do we ever talk about an infant as a burden? We never do. But the minute that person has the same level of needs and they have age, then that terminology comes into play, and then the work seems overwhelming. It's a similar workload.
It is, but at the same time, I could take issue with it and say, what if it is a burden? And, taking care of someone can be a burden, but you want to do it. Your heart is really in it. So I think the conversation becomes, right now I feel burdened, but I really want to partner and get there, but I'm not there yet. So there's not this unspoken tension, which drives me crazy.
But I still think it's a depletion, because whenever you're depleted and you're fatigued, your body's going to show it. You're going to have those stress hormones up. Your body basically is in a survival mode. And when you're in a survival mode, that's how you're going to react.
And just know, so it's not a moral failure. It is just the body doing what it does, the brain doing what it does. It's completely normal. What do you always say that the
mind suppresses, the body expresses. Yeah. But the person has to know that's what they're going through. And many times they don't recognize it.
They don't recognize it. And I think one of the things that you say, Sam, to me is journaling, the importance of journaling and writing down and being self-aware.
It's so normal to be overwhelmed. It's normal, and while I never want to equate aging and children, it's normal for a new mom to be overwhelmed, but we have support for that. We recognize that there are, prenatal depressions and things like that go on, but we're not recognizing that our caregivers are going through that same level of workload, that same stress, and even more, because now they're in a happy mode and this person's in a grief mode. It's okay to ask for help. And when there's not help, it's also okay to step away for just a second.
That makes sense. And it will take you down if you don't do something for yourself.
Right.